know I'm here. I'm still working on stuff. Kind of screwed this up, so we go here. Watch out. Oh gosh. So I don't know if you can hear the background, but I've got noise everywhere. And so now I want to get over there. Okay. I don't know if it's working or not there, but I tried. Because it's delayed. So how are you today? I need to test this stuff out, and so today that's what I'm doing. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Did I get this one? All right, I got it on Twitter. That was key. I'm on YouTube, I believe. It's like frozen. Oh, okay, that's good. And then is this good too? All right. Looks like we're good on everything. So I don't know how this is going to go today. I haven't been streaming since like last year. But it was important to me to get back to it. I just think that I'm better. I got to turn everything down. I'm sorry. I just feel like I'm better live. And you may say, well, you're horrible live because look at how things are going. But it's just one of those things where I just felt like I needed to do it. And we just need to get started. We need to get going. Things are not going great for me. So now it looks like I've got everything in order. So I have a story for you off the bat. Back when I was streaming daily, I was enjoying it. Okay, I was having a good time, but I just got busy. Things just got weird. Everything has changed everywhere, and it's like, gosh, what do you do? So I just stopped streaming and I started concentrating on YouTube videos exclusively, and some of them did really well. I had one that was like 2,000 views. Other ones, like the one I did yesterday, was like 4 views. And so it's like, I really wanted to get back to streaming, but I didn't know how to do it. I'm a little bit nervous about like thinking on my feet, right? And so that's the part that I've been working on, is like, I can do it. It's just I need to practice. So today we're just breaking everything out and seeing what we can do. Now, back in the day, you would want to stream on YouTube exclusively because, that was the biggest platform. And now you stream on all kinds of places. So I'm on Rumble. I'm on Locals. I tried out the Instagram stream today. I don't know how that's going to go. And I'm on X, Twitter. And I just wanted to see how it worked. And so it's going okay. Every time I look, I have like all the streams over on the one side. And so I just have it all set up that way. And so as I was setting things up, I used to stream to Facebook. It was no problem. I have StreamYard. I just put in Facebook as one of the places. Now, I used to have everything like Deerwood Realty Media, Deerwood Realty Live. Now everything is all on Deerwood Realty. If you don't like it, it's okay. You don't have to follow or subscribe or do anything you want to wherever you are. It's still good. And if I miss like a comment, I'm sorry, but I've got like 17 windows open right now. But anyway, as I'm sitting there setting things up, the worst thing I guess in the world could happen, because as I went to go live, Facebook blocked my account, said I wasn't a real human, and now has blocked me for the next 180 days. I had to file an appeal. I'm going to show you the screen that they've given me. I had to upload my face. A picture of my face, and so that's what I did. Let me just show you the screen here. And this is what it says. Now, it says, John, you submitted an appeal, check back for the result. It's like, I don't even understand. Why I'm a real person. It takes over. So like any of my family, anybody from Bosnia, anybody from St. Louis, anybody from around the country can't see my profile on Facebook now. And I didn't even do anything. I literally just set up a stream. And then it says I didn't follow community standards, which I don't even know what the community standards are, and I don't really care. I can't stream to Facebook on my business page. I mean, Facebook is kind of stupid anyway. It's just dumb. But anyway, so that's where I'm at there. Now I want to go back. Okay, so you can see me. There's a couple things I didn't really do right. I didn't really prepare. I was so busy getting all the stuff hooked up. Like I didn't have a lot of stuff to prepare. And then that was basically my fault. So anyway, let me just do this. I was gonna do a YouTube video on it anyway. I've got a different thing I can do here. No, that didn't work. So that's good. I have this article, and I was going to. Oh, so right now, so this isn't going to work either. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to bring this over here. So let's just go over one of the things that I was going to put a video out on that I haven't. So I don't know if you know who Lance Lambert is. He writes for Resi Club. And so I thought this would be something we could go over today just so I could get used to doing the stream. And so this is existing home sales recession hit so hard that we're back to 1978 levels. This is a fascinating article, and I probably should have made a video out of it, but I didn't. So it says the recession. Well, let me get to the thing. I didn't share it. I'm sorry. I've got to get better at this quickly. Here we go. Let's go here. Share it, and then I don't know how it's going to look. Okay, good. That's fine. I'll deal with that. Okay, so it says the recession in U.S. existing home sales market has been so deep that we're back to the 1970s levels, despite us now living in a much bigger country. In April of 1978, there were 4.09 million U.S. existing home sales print, and in April of 2024, there were 4.14 million U.S. existing home sales print. In 1978, there was 223 million in the U.S. population, and then in 2024, there's 341 million in the U.S. population. Now, I don't really know that I believe in the population numbers, but that's okay. It says the reason, of course, is that housing affordability has deteriorated so much that many buyers and sellers alike have pulled back from the market. Many homeowners who said they would have otherwise liked to sell and buy something else are staying put, rather than them trading in their 3% mortgage rate for a 7% mortgage rate. And so let me just talk about that for a minute. So I don't know where we left off, but you know the lock-in effect, the rate lock-in effect, the idea that that mortgages, no one's paying. I just want to check something. No one's paying or going to pay 7% on a mortgage when they bought in at 3% or below. And so the people that have bought houses in the past 2 to 3 years are saying, you know, hey, this is, how do I put it? This, I'm just not moving. I'm not selling my home because whatever I would buy would be at 7%. That's twice what I would pay on a mortgage, and I wouldn't get a decent house. So that's that. Now I didn't like that. So let me put it here. This is no, that's not the way I want it. No. How did I have it before? So this is why we test these things now. Would I have it there? There. That's what I want. So let's go back. So it says the bad news, according to a forecast published this week by Goldman Sachs, the recovery for existing home sales could be a slog. Well, obviously, that's not really new. It says going forward, Goldman Sachs expects that existing home sales will slowly drift up from 4.1 million in 2024 to 4.5 million in 2027. Not only is that far below the 6.1 million during the pandemic housing boom, so I'm going to get hit on Facebook or on YouTube for that, housing boom in 2021, it's also well below the 5.3 million U.S. existing home sales during normal times in 2019. So like you can just see, We had 6.1 million in 2021. We have 5.3 million during normal times in 2019. And up to April at this point, we're at 4.14 million. Has my business been affected? Absolutely. Absolutely. This is miserable. So it says, while this recession for existing home sales has coincided with price corrections in some pandemic boom towns in parts of Texas and the Mountain West, many housing markets in the Northeast and Midwest, where inventories remain tight, have continued to see rising home prices. And so in St. Louis, that's absolutely right. We've continued to see house prices going up. Now, I'm going to get into that next, but I had a guy tell me that that wasn't the case on one of my listings. So we'll just go there next. It says, additionally, U.S. new home sales market has fared much better than the existing home sales market for two reasons. One, single-family home builders don't have a lock-in effect. They can continue to develop and build new homes, and home builders where needed have done affordability adjustments like outright home price cuts or mortgage rate buydowns to find the market and move product. Many sellers in the existing market have resisted doing so, which is a fascinating thing to say. So let's just kind of, how do I put it? Kind of break it down. So for new home sales, they say that they could done affordability adjustments like outright home price cuts. So I have not seen new construction home price cuts here in St. Louis. I just haven't. And then for mortgage rate buydowns, I have seen that, but I have not seen it on a 30-year fix. So what they'll do is they'll buy down the first 2 years. And then it says, in contrast, many sellers in the existing market have resisted doing so. So, I mean, price moves houses. It shouldn't be that difficult for anybody, anybody to figure out. If you can't sell your house, then you've priced it too high. And you normally pay, you used to pay a penalty if you priced your house too high, it wouldn't sell, and what you would eventually get would be less than what you could have. That's kind of changed with the situation we have now, where there's so few homes, at least for sale in the Midwest, at least where I'm at in St. Louis. You just can't get a home, so you don't get punished like you should. We are starting to see, I'd say, a market that is not as hot as it was. But that's been the case for like 2 months, and our pricing is still high. There just haven't been that many transactions. Oh, I got a pop-up. It says, Goldman Sachs thinks the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate will fall by 6.5% by the end of 2024 and 6.3% by the end of 2025. An analysis at the investment bank forecast that the U.S. home prices will rise 3.8% in 2024, followed by 4.4% in 2025. So, we'll go back to that, and then we'll go to here. So, what do I think? I don't know. Mortgage rates are still high. People were assuming there's going to be a rate cut. There hasn't been a rate cut, and there doesn't look to be a rate cut because we had a very good jobs number that was unexpected. So, is somebody, oh, look at that. I've got like trash over here. I've got a box from Amazon. Yeah. Anyway, if you're going to look for a house right now, okay, be prepared to pay, 7% on a mortgage rate. Can you assume someone else's loan? Yes, if you have cash to do so. You have to make up the difference between what the person is selling their house for and what you can assume the loan for. So you need cash in that spot. Does that happen? And you have to be approved for the mortgage. Does that happen very often? No, unfortunately. So you have that, or you get stuck in a situation where you're not paying 7%. If I were a young person and I needed a house because of some sort of life-changing event, let's just say a baby was coming, I'm getting married, I would not hesitate to buy a house. That being said, I would not. Let me qualify that by saying I would not hesitate to buy a house knowing a couple of things. One, that I was going to stay in it for like 10 years. Two, that I was going to need to refinance at some point down the road, and it's not going to be the best investment I ever made in my life. But At least I have a roof over my head. At least I can learn how to do, house stuff. The sellers that I've seen in this market have been people that are unfortunately moving out of life, death, divorce, moving for a job. These are the only people that I see listing their houses for sale right now in the current situation. And so most houses are kind of garbage when you go through them. So if you're listing your house and you know the market isn't going to stay hot forever, maybe you shouldn't be pricing your home at the very, very top. I'm going to go and I was going to pull up my Twitter, but I can't do that because it's hooked up to my chat, which isn't good. So I can't do that. But I did want to check something. Let me go to my profile. And I can see myself, so that's good. I've got 0 views. I don't know. I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. If you're a seller, it was about selling, right? If you're a seller, don't price it to the top of the market. What I wanted to see, that's why I went. So I wanted to go over to Twitter to see something. Man, I'm always worried about dead air on the stream. Okay, of course I can't find it. This is why you prepare for the live stream before you do it. But man, if I were to sit there and prepare, I wouldn't get anything else done a day, and that's not where I wanted to be. This is so weird. Why can't I find it? It's going to be here. We're getting it. I had to go back further than I thought. This is crazy. Here we go. So there's this listing. Sorry that took so much time. So there's a listing in St. Louis, and I have some buyers that are interested in that particular area. And so they've been watching this house. This house came on the market for about $545,000, which is a ridiculous number, even in this market. And so they were been watching it, and there was a huge price change. And they were asking me, John, why did the price go down? Do you know anything about it? Is there something wrong with the house or something? And so here's what was in the listing for the agents only. It says, sellers were focused on the wrong comps initially. We are now at a more appropriate price point, which basically means that the agent bought the listing. When buying listing means you go into a seller and they say, well, how much do you think my house is worth? And you come up with some asinine number, like, ridiculous. And then you say, then basically they're like, oh, well, if you think you can get that, then I'll definitely use you over these other 3 people that had it kind of the same price. And it was, let's just say $50,000 below what you made it out to be. And so this lady, basically bought the listing. And then the idea is as long as you get it listed, then you've got it. So the likelihood that they're going to change agents is very, very small. One of the tricks that agents play all the time is Mr. Seller, Mrs. Seller, why don't you just let me list it for, I know you're thinking about using 4 other people. Why don't you just let me list it for 30 days? If I list it for 30 days and it doesn't sell, then I'll just let you out of the listing offer, listing agreement, and we'll go from there. And the issue there is once they go through all that trouble of listing it, they're not gonna switch agents. And so just being in the business, I know that. And I tell my potential sellers the same thing. Now, usually when I'm in that situation, I'm not getting the listing anyway. I just don't. I feel like my body of work speaks for itself. And, if you feel like somebody else can do a better job, go for it. It's kind of weird. It's probably not the best approach, but that's the one I do. So anyway, I've got it up. I wanted to, I will try to put this in the description, but I might not have as much success as I'd like. This lady I follow on Twitter is hilarious. She does puns, and there's 2 of them right in a row. And so I'll just do them because, why not? So the first one is, I grilled a frog, but it wasn't very good. I expected the ribbits to taste better. Another one is, I never thought laundry detergent could go bad, but it seems the tide had turned. I might be the only person on Twitter that will repost every single pun, but they are fantastic. And I'm so thankful for her. And so that's where I'm at on that. Here's another one. I'm out shopping for buttons, zippers, and Velcro. I don't actually need them, but I'm looking for some kind of closure. There's another one. Never date a cannibal. They just want you for your body. So then I had another post I was thinking about. Okay, there's this house in St. Louis. It's on Oregon Street. It's in the city. I did sell a house on Oregon Street. Okay. But this isn't the one that they call about. Then they call me. People call me, text me. Not very often, I don't get an email about this house. It's a house that I've never owned or ever listed or ever represented buyers on. And I get at least 3 to 5 calls a week from flippers asking me if I'm interested in selling. It's been years, and I know that they're all using the same lays, but bad data wastes time. And that's where I'm at. It's like, I tell them, like, look, do you know how many people call me about this house? And by the way, it's DAS Investments LLC. And they used to be a flipper years ago, maybe a decade or more. Okay. And if you look in the tax records for the city of St. Louis, the county of St. Louis, and see DAS Investments LLC, that's probably one of the biggest house flippers we ever had. And I think they blew up. I forgot the name of the company that it was, but I think they blew up. And it is what it is. But can you imagine, like, you get this list and you're just going to cold call people. And so you cold called, like, people basically, calling me, like, there's no point. There's just no point. So, I mean, what was I trying to say? Let me reframe it. Why are you calling me, okay, about a house that I don't own? I don't know how my number got associated with it, but, like, the early bird gets the worm, and they've been calling me for 3 years. Like, what chance do you have of actually getting the listing or getting the property? It doesn't make any sense. So, I don't know. I think I'm gonna head out, not because I've done anything wrong, but because I just want, like I said, I just want to see if I could get the streaming out there. And it looks like I can. I don't know if I'm going to be able to turn everything off in time. I might just have to turn off my camera. I don't know. But for those of you who are watching or have watched or will watch, thank you. It's cool if you watch on whatever feed you want to. I don't care if you're on YouTube or, I mean, obviously Facebook's a bit problematic at this time since I've been banned, which makes no sense. But if you want to watch on X, fine, great. I do better on YouTube. Like, if I get more subscribers on YouTube, if I get more screen time. I'm doing well on YouTube. I'm up to 586 followers. And to get to the first tier, you need to be at 500 followers. And then you need 1,000 or 10,000 hours watched. And I'm always off on my hours, which sucks, but it is what it is. I may never make it, but I think we're doing okay. I just wanted to see if I could do it, get it to all the different places. I guess I'll talk about one other thing. All right. And I don't know how it's going to go, but it affected me greatly. And I'm still trying to figure out. I'm still trying to figure it out. So back during the Great Flu, there was a trial. It was the Kyle Rittenhouse trial. And I saw a video on YouTube from this guy that was a lawyer, and he was explaining, the trial, and at least what would happen in the trial. The trial hadn't started yet. And then when the trial did start, he was doing a live stream, and they ended up calling it LawTube. Okay. And so all these lawyers got on YouTube and they were streaming. They were like, this is what the law says and everything. And some of them are just horrible as far as like, they don't have any, they're not right. They don't know what they're talking about. Others do a pretty good job. But anyway, I saw this guy streaming, and I was like, I would like to do that when I get a chance. I'm stuck here. I can't go anywhere. Streaming sounds like a great idea. Streaming sounds like a lot of fun. And so I followed him, and I saw what he did, and I kind of tried to do the same thing. And one of those things you'll notice is the microphone is the same microphone that he uses. Everybody uses the Shure MB7, I think it is, but I'm using the EV20, I think it is. I don't know. It's on the thing. But anyway, he uses it, so I used it. His setup is kind of similar to mine, except he had a bunch of art in the background, and I really liked watching him. But like work comes into play. I run out of time to do things, and I stopped watching, and I'd seen things about things going downhill for him, and I didn't really watch enough to know if things were going downhill. But a couple of weeks back, he got arrested, and they found drugs at his house. He's got kids. It's a bad situation. And it's just awful. And to think someone so talented, now, like, he was one of the top YouTubers, like, as far as chat money, he was making more money than most on YouTube. I mean, he was raking it in. And I'm not saying he's fallen. I don't know what his numbers are now. But to see it like hurt me. And they say, like, never meet your heroes, or never, like, I don't know. I don't remember the saying exactly, but you should put your faith in God, not in man. And that's, this person let me down. Now, I hope they get the help it appears they need. But it was a sad thing. And I was just blown away by it. And so I think this is me just trying to get it out, being a little cathartic. But yeah, like, putting your faith in people. You never know what's going on in their lives. And, I'm bummed. So on that positive note, I am going to head on out. It's been fun. It's been a little nerve-wracking to do it the first time. I'm sure it hasn't been the best thing to watch. I'll critique the stream, and we'll go from there. I can't tell you exactly when I'll be on. I think I'd like to stream at like 9:30 at night, but lately I've been going for walks with the wife in the evening, and I don't know if I'll get home in time to shower, change, find good material to talk about, and put on a stream. And I don't know that I'll be doing much more than a half hour if nobody's around. If I start getting like more than 10 people, I'll think about it. But then you guys have to, be a part of the chat and enjoy it. So with that, I'm going to head out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. If I do put it on the podcast, and I will catch you on the next one. Look for me. Let me know how it went. Later.